Hey guys, I'm Kaluna and welcome back to Screenshots. When I go to a video game store, I usually look around the shelves to see which kind of games draw my eye. I don't usually buy a game without some previous knowledge of it, whether it's an online review, a trailer, or just at the behest of a friend. This is one of those times when I bought a game without really looking into it, and that wasn't really the best decision. This is a game that's very hard to find and hardly anyone has played it. This is Fragile Dreams: Farewell Ruins of the Moon. If the title wasn't a dead giveaway, this is a JRPG with some survival horror elements mixed in. This game was released for the Nintendo Wii in 2010. Kentaro Kawashima, the driving force behind the game, wanted to create a unique work that combined the styles of JRPGs and survival horror games. This by itself is not a bad idea, however, and you'll be hearing me repeat this. While the concept is unique and interesting, the execution is awful. I'm not sure if it needed more time or a bigger staff, but this was just not a fun game. Kawashima was the main man in charge. He was the director, producer, designer, and writer. Perhaps if he had delegated, this wouldn't be such a mess. You can tell there is effort put into this, and it's a real shame, because this game could have been a really good game. You can see that it had the potential. And with that, let's get right into this game, shall we? I hope that's not a bad omen. The game opens with a short introduction from our protagonist, a boy named Seto.
At the very end of a summer that was all too short, the old man I was living with passed away. Even after all the years we spent together, I never knew his name.
Really? You never thought to ask his name? I can just tell from this opening bit that this game is going to be wonderful. We begin our game in the observatory Seto was living in. Once we get the flashlight, we run into this.
Stubborn little things. I thought they were all dead, but I see at least one survived.
Who's there? Who are you? How'd you get in here?
Seto, sweetie, I think the proper reaction should be, holy shit, run! Kill it with fire! Kill it with fire! Or whack it with a stick. Also good. Once the giant floating mask is no more, Seto picks up a letter from the old man, telling him to head east towards a red tower. He hopes that maybe Seto can find other survivors that way. And we come to another staple of the JRPG, the random anime opening. Once that ends, Seto comes across the silver-haired girl from the intro. He steps on a comically placed squeaky shoe, yeah, and she falls, hitting her head.
Are you okay? I hope she's not dead.
You touched me.
Yeah, but... well, I was just making sure you were still alive.
I don't know you.
Well, after that awkward conversation, Seto decides to follow the girl into a train station. Periodically throughout the game, as Seto reaches certain events, it will cut to an older Seto retelling a portion of the story in these very pretty sequences. The one thing that cannot be denied about this game is that its art is very pretty, for the most part. You get a lot of really lovely shots of the world as it has been without mankind's influence. The outside scenery is really lovely. However, a good 70% of this game takes place in underground buildings and stations that just repeat the same dreary look over and over again. Seto hears a voice calling out for help and finds an automated backpack named Personal Frame, or PF for short. She's our tutorial exposition explaining the basic gameplay. Fire pits serve as save points, as well as a place where you can buy, sell, and organize your items. I'll be talking about the item system more a little later, but it is one of the most frustrating things in this game. But first, another annoying mechanic, the zooming. Oh my god, this is fucking frustrating. So, whenever you have an item to pick up, or there is something that will lead to a cutscene, it will have a group of fireflies surrounding it. You have to point the Wii remote and zoom in on it at just the right distance and angle in order to pick it up. This is easier said than done. God damn it! Son of a... Come on!
Oh.
Anyway, back to the story. PF helps us find a bamboo sword in a bathroom so we can defend ourselves against enemies.
Pardon me, but there's something else I've been meaning to tell you.
Huh? What is it?
This area is suffused with what one might call malicious thought entities.
Malicious thought entities?
Yes. They are the manifestations of the undying feelings left over from those who passed away.
From what she's saying, these are the lingering feelings of death and regret personified as enemies. Just what kind of creatures are we going to be fighting in this game? Are they dark, shadow-like creatures? Do they look human at all? I bet they're scary, nightmarish, ghoulish... Oh. Ghost jellyfish. Great. After fighting the horrible ghost jellyfish... we find something on the ground. In this world, Seto will come across items that contain memories of their owners, often dealing with how these people died or spent their last moments, although some are just general stories. Honestly, I found these side stories more interesting than the main story. While trying to find a way out of the station, Seto and PF come across... Oh my god! What the hell is that? Dude in a creepy chicken mask? This is the merchant, from whom we'll be purchasing all our items at fire pits.
Have a nice day!
Remember, kids, never take candy from strangers, unless it's a guy in a chicken mask. No, seriously, he gives you healing candy. After playing a game of hide-and-go-seek with a ghost, Seto finds a key to lead him to the next area, an underground mall. Along the way, we find some doggies, and eventually, some torso-less schoolgirl ghosts that kick you while singing Here I Come. Huh. Alright. I wasn't expecting those, but come on, those aren't scary. So far, our plot is just trying to find this girl. We aren't going to get anything resembling a full storyline until about 3/4 into the game. The only interesting stories we get are the memory items, as some of them intersect with one another. After navigating through the mall, PF mentions that she's losing her power, and they find a ladder to the surface. PF's battery is going out, and she gives a bit of a sad farewell to Seto. This would be a sad and poignant moment, except for one thing.
Warning. Battery low.
Not sure what it is? Let's listen again.
Warning. Battery low.
No ideas, Seto?
What's happening? What should I do?
Find a battery, you dumbass! Seriously, you're in a mall! At least try to look! PF finally dies, and we are brought to another one of the older Seto moments.
I know that no matter how badly I wish to see you again, that can never be.
Seto buries PF, taking one of her screws as a memento and putting it in his locket, a gift from the old man. He climbs the ladder and finds himself in an amusement park.
Well, well, what do we have here? What do you think you're doing in a place like this?
Huh? Who are you?
Come on, didn't your mom teach you any manners? You first.
My name? It's Seto.
This is Crow. He's kind of annoying. That irritating trumpet music isn't helping either. He steals Seto's locket, and you have to chase him all around the park to get it back. This takes forever. It took me 45 minutes to finally get the damn thing back. What's more irritating, however, is fighting the stupid fucking bird enemies in this game. Because of the nature of the controls, it is difficult to hit them. You have to time your swings perfectly, and even then, if there's enough of them, they can interrupt your attacks. These fuckers cause a lot of damage, too. These guys are harder to fight than a boss. A boss! Seriously! After we finally track down Crow, we fight another floating mask thing, and it goes down real quick. Seconds? 20 fucking seconds? Those bird enemies take at least 2 minutes to kill. After the boss, you befriend Crow, who it turns out just wants a friend. However, Crow's definition of a friend is a little loose.
A ring with a silver skull?
You better keep it safe in your locket, okay?
Well, thank you. What the? Did you just... Did I? What was that?
What's wrong? We're friends now, and friends give each other kisses, right? I read that.
Finally! Seto actually has the correct emotional reaction to something. It takes him 10 seconds to do so, but finally! An emotion! After the random yaoi moment, Crow says he knows a bratty girl at a hotel near the amusement park, and maybe she is the girl Seto was looking for. One more older Seto moment later, we leave the park and head through the woods, where apparently you can turn night to day with just one step. Once Seto gets to the hotel, we hear a voice telling him to turn back. So, of course, following the logic of video games, we don't. As we explore the premises, we fight these extremely annoying enemies called Weeping Women, or Needle Ladies as I call them, as well as some hellhound-looking creatures. Oh, who's an adorable demon spawn? You are! After fighting another mask boss, still no explanation as to what they are. My guess is that they are Super Saiyan-esque versions of the ghost jellies. We meet our other companion for the game, a ghost named Sai.
I don't get it. Does this mean you're dead?
Sai says it's weird that Seto can see her, which harkens back to what PF said about the enemies being invisible. The blue crystal which the old man gave Seto apparently allows him to see spirits. However, this is never really explained right out, and it is something the player has to infer for themselves. We can't explore the next area of the game, however, because the bratty girl Crow warned us about blocks our path. Her name is Chio, and she's going to send us on a backtracking mission, basically. First, she wants us to bring her a star from the Christmas tree in the mall. Luckily, there is a path that cuts to there, so we don't have to go all the way back. Woo. Once we get there, the star is missing, and we spend more time trying to find the stupid thing. We get another flashlight that lets you see things that normally you couldn't. After defeating some needle ladies, we get the star and bring it back to Chio. Then the ungrateful brat asks for the moon. Thankfully, I managed to find it relatively quickly, but this is just another example of the game slowing to a crawl, and it becomes extremely frustrating. After finding the moon at the amusement park, Chio asks for one more thing, to find her ring. Luckily, she tells us where to go to find it. We get to fight a boss, this time not one of the floating mask creatures. Yay! Oh man, it's a tree enemy. Which joke should I make? Evil Dead? Oh, no, those trees are actually scary. Tree of Might? No, I already made one DBZ joke. I got it. You're basically just fighting a bigger version of Wispy Woods from Kirby. A malicious entity, if you will. What? It's better than the writing in this game, anyway. After giving Chio the ring, she lets us into her room, revealing that she's actually an old woman, and the young girl we've been interacting with is... well, I'm going to say a mix between astral projection and soul? Again, not really explained. Chio gives us another memento to put in the locket, and she passes on, happy that she got her treasured ring back. Oh hey! Seto interacted with a new character. Let me guess. Another cryptic older Seto moment?
In the eyes of an old man lives a rascal of a boy.
Shock and surprise. Seto and Sai see a cat near an open manhole, and he sees some doodles made by the silver-haired girl. They decide to head down to see if she went that way. Oh great, this part. So, we find ourselves in a sewer level. This would be fine, except we have to walk down this endless hallway. Seriously, it takes at least 10 minutes. This wouldn't be so bad, but the monotony of the same hall gets dull after 30 seconds. And here we meet the most frustrating enemy in the game, the trash can robots. Seriously, this area is actually called the Never-Ending Hallway. Who thought this was a good idea? This isn't fun, it's dull. This kind of goes with the game in general, really. There aren't any loading screens for the next area, unless it's leading to a cutscene. You really do feel like you're traversing everywhere. I can see where someone might have thought this was a good idea, but it just does not work here. It just makes everything feel slow and painful. Speaking of slow and painful, if the 10 minutes of the same hallway wasn't enough for you, how about an additional 2 minutes of watching Seto walk down a ladder? Really, game? Really? Well, it doesn't look like he's getting anywhere fast. Seems like a good time for a break. I'll see you guys in part 2.